Hi Gemini, welcome back to Wandering Magic. These are going to be your August 2025 messages, and it's going to be for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I did pre-shuffle, but before I get into all of these cards, I want to first say that the song I got was a song by the OJs, an oldie, if you know who the OJs are, and the song was, if you probably guessed it by now, it's popular, Love Train. So it goes something like, people all over the world join hands, start a love train, a love train. And what is that about? Essentially, world peace. Everybody, can we all just get along is what I also kept hearing. You also have this Aquarius card, which we'll talk more about in a moment. But I will say with the Aquarius card, Aquarius means, they are humanitarians by nature. So can we all just get along? Let's find out. We're going to start out with our Kipper messages. And here we have Thief, Sudden Wealth, and Change. Well, I'm just going to say the obvious here. Some of you have lost a lot of money recently, and it was due to a huge life change. What does that look like? Huge life changes. Maybe there was a wedding that was expensive and you put a lot of money out for that. Maybe you've invested in something and it was expensive. Whatever that is, there was a loss to it. Not necessarily that someone stole it from you, just there's a loss here with Thief and Sudden Wealth. But then again, Change being here talks about this is due because of the change this happened. And so for some of you, if it is financial, it feels like it was worth it. It feels good, even though it doesn't feel good to like lose out on all this money. It feels kind of good though, so just go with it. The other thing I'm getting is, as quick as something came was as quick as it went. Or at least that's what it felt like. However you turn this picture though, there was definitely some kind of loss that happened. But change is coming, and also it was due to this change. So the change part of this journey is not over yet. Okay. For your oracle message, you got Come to the Edge. And Come to the Edge is 36. So 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 talks about completion, as most of you know. And it talks about all the things you had to go through in this journey to get where you are right now. We are at the apex of the journey, and we are almost there. But like I said, there's still more changes that are coming, and you just have to flow. You have to flow, which is also, I'm looking again at this Aquarius card. We have to flow. But for some of you, there is an Aquarius involved. There's an Aquarius involved. I can't quite remember if this came out in reverse. I don't think it did. But regardless, I'm getting with this Aquarius card, 1, there's a connection with an Aquarius, or 2. This has to do with you being strong enough to move forward. I'm also getting detaching with love, and that's gonna have to be okay. With this Come to the Edge, see, detaching with love, she's tossing these like rose petals away. Not that you're a she, but tossing away these rose petals. You're going to the edge. You're being brave. You're taking this next step. You see something down there and you're not sure if you should like leap, but at the same time you're like, I just heard it's better than where I am right now. And I love that for you. it's better on the other side. Something about the grass being greener, something about this feeling like the right thing to do. If it feels right, go with it. If it feels right, do it. Even if it doesn't quite work out for you, if you wanted to do it, you would not have known unless you did the thing, you know. And if it wasn't like quite meant, so to speak, then it'll just be part of the lesson and the journey. This is why I'm saying we flow with it, we go with it, right? We don't resist. When you flow with life, even if things don't feel like they're working out, they will always eventually work themselves out. It's getting through these moments that are important and sometimes difficult. I just saw 555, which confirms that there's a little bit of turbulence that happened. It feels more like happened, but you are getting over it in August. So coming to the edge, being brave, putting on a new face. Maybe you're actually putting on face. Maybe you're putting on makeup. Maybe you're changing your hair. Maybe, you know, you got a new outfit. Whatever that looks like for you, and it doesn't have to be quite physical, although we are in Leo season. Or yeah, we are in the beginning of the month in Leo season, which is all about glamour and beauty and wanting to tap into that. Again, if you're masculine, male or female, but regardless, if you're masculine, you could still be into the whole beauty thing. I mean, that all goes back to, again, changing your hair, maybe doing different things. I just went like this, so like maybe doing a different like facial hair style, if you have facial hair there. Whatever that looks like for you, you're tapping into this beauty. You're going to the gym. You just not for any other reason than just to feel good and to feel confident and really tapping into Leo energy. I feel like this message just totally went a different direction. Regardless, you are moving forward. You are moving along. Things are changing. Things are flowing. I'm also getting that something happened at the beginning of the year that's kind of, it's still working its way through. So maybe it's been quite a bit of a journey this year, but you're getting there, and I feel like you're going to start seeing changes and results really soon, because of the decisions that you made and the changes that you've been making and the changes that are happening and that you're just going with, and you're just trusting and putting faith into things. For your tarot messages, we have the Empress, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. See, I don't want to fight with you anymore. That's what this says. I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to argue. I don't want to compete with you. I don't want to be in that energy. Like I feel like you're saying, like, you know what? I'm gonna leave you over there, and I'm gonna go over here, and you can keep talking. And I hear you, but I'm not listening. So that's also what I'm getting with that. The Empress, she's standing her ground. She is like, I know who I am, and this is how it's going to be. It's like for the first time in a long time, you're making decisions that are for you, and you are just like, I look at with the Knight of Pentacles, I'm getting you're soaking it all in. You're just learning. You're basking in the ambiance of who you're becoming. And this person is just like taking notes. Not that you're actually taking notes and writing things down, although you could be journaling and maybe releasing some of those emotions, releasing whatever that thing that was kind of looming and lingering over you. That could be that you're actually doing that, but like, this is like kicking ass and taking names. I am not, like, you're not standing for this anymore. And you're just figuring out, like, being just sovereign, being just in this, I see like a bright light, like this bright energy, like the sun is shining on you, and you're like, I'm gonna get this tan. I'm gonna soak all these light codes in. I'm going to enjoy this beautiful day, because I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Again, I keep wanting to pull out this change card, because there's an ever flow of change right now that if you're not going with, you must. And I'm not really getting that you're resisting. You're because you're like, I'm not going to stand for this anymore. You're like standing your ground. You don't want to fight. You don't want to argue. You just want to move forward. I'm getting with this Chariot in reverse that even when your carriage tips over, or like someone pushes you down or pushes you out of your carriage, you're just like, I'm just going to get back up. Like, you can push me down all you want. And I just see you like literally dusting yourself off and getting back on the horse and just like galloping through. I'm also getting the mental hurdles, but also like those negative little whispers that you keep, they do keep popping up for you, like ever so slightly. But at the same time, you're learning how to overcome those negative whispers, those little voices that are, not that you're crazy. I just mean like the voices like that we all have that negative self-talk sometimes, and you're learning how to overcome that even when it's still creeping up. And you're learning that even when I feel these like that negative self-talk trying to creep up on me, that's okay. You're like okay with it, because again, you're not fighting it, you're not resisting it. You're just like, all right, I'm gonna let it go, and then you just let it pass. So maybe also what I'm getting, not completely separate from this, but like just some grounding work, even listening to like some sound frequencies, even with that song Love Train. Like, be mindful of the music that you're listening to this month. Listen to things that are uplifting, not like air quote sad girl music and things like that. Like things that are more upbeat, things that make you feel good, things that make you want to dance a little, like jive a little, like all those things. Enjoy this last month of summer. It's summer over here on the East Coast of America. And just like be in the, I'm getting in like the bask in who you're becoming and what you are, and like appreciate that and love that, because you've come so far is what I see here. For your last couple of messages here, your angel messages say in the near future and within the next few months. And then for your mushroom message here, we have protect, and it says look out for yourself. Shield your emotions. The universe always has your back. That's the whole reading right there. I should have just read this in the beginning and we would have been over. Anyway, watch your sun, moon, and rising for any additional messages, and I'll see you next time. Bye.